Okay, so we're going to spend the rest of class today going over the review and any questions you have on the proofs. Did you start the proofs?
I got through a couple and I didn't want to look at it anymore.
Listen, that is fair, totally fair. So you gotta work on it every day so that you have enough days
Correct.
to be able to do that.
Trying to do a couple of them.
That is totally fair.
What's the test gonna look like? Are they gonna be, I'm assuming there's gonna be true or false on the test as well.
The test is going to be, the first section is going to be multiple choice, and then a true false, and then a short answer, and maybe like fill in the blank, or it may be, I'd consider this problem. Number 1 and 2 would be considered like your short answer kind of problems.
Did you say multiple choice in the second part?
There's going to be multiple choice on there, yes. And then there will be a proofs part. So the proofs part, you will have probably 3 proofs. One will be a flowchart proof. One will be a 2-column proof, probably one of these I'll make you do. Not the hard one. I'm going to be like as nice as possible. Okay, so one of the easier ones here. And then the third one will be kind of similar. It's going to be like, it'll be kind of like a flowchart proof, but it'll be like, it's like a combination between flowchart and that. Like I'll do a 2-column proof and I'll fill in half of it for you. And then you'll kind of fill in the other half of it. Okay. But you will have one 2-column proof that will be one of these. Oh, I thought that was like somebody yelling at first. Okay, so that is kind of what your test looks like. So problems from your homework are the level of problems, kind of like the ones on the quiz. And then the multiple choice true false will be stuff like, that's why I gave you this stuff. Okay, so anything you want to go over on the review first of all?
Okay.
I have a question about the test.
Yep. Which question?
Are we able to use the word bank?
I will attach a clean word bank. Okay, so you can't use your
Okay.
version. I will give you this paper on your test.
Okay.
Yes, that was a good question.
So like number 22 is false just because not necessarily, like it's just not necessarily true for it. It never says that they're connected or anything.
Correct. So like an example of that might be if I had a triangle and this was CA and this was T here and that was my isosceles triangle. Like A is not the midpoint there, but CA is congruent to AT or is equal to AT.
Yeah, and then 23 is false because that would be supplementary angle, not linear pairs, right?
Correct. Number 23, if angle D is 40 and angle C is 140, then they're a linear pair, not necessarily. They are supplementary, they add to be 180, but technically you could have a 40-degree angle and a 140-degree angle that are not
Yeah.
a linear pair. Let's put a true false. Well, that is a true false statement, but let's make a general true false statement. Is every linear pair supplementary?
Yes.
Is that true? Every linear pair is supplementary. Is every supplementary angle a linear pair? No, that's sometimes true. It could be true, but it's not always true. What else?
Nothing on that page.
Nothing on that page. On number 6, there was, when I was grading your homework assignments, I can't remember which one it was. The 1-5-1-6 constructions. There was one problem that said draw a scaling triangle that and a lot of you did not draw a scaling triangle. You drew like an isosceles triangle. What is a scaling triangle?
No sides are equal.
No sides are equal. So like make sure if you're, I don't know, drawing a scaling triangle, it's pretty obvious that you have like 3 unequal sides.
I haven't fully read through it.
That's fair. Look at the next one, the next page, like this is the fourth page, 14, 15, 16. You'll have something like that on there. Parallel lines.
Will we have to do anything like with a protractor or?
I honestly haven't made a test yet. So, technically, yes.
We're gonna do constructions?
Yes, we're gonna do constructions on the test.
Okay, I
Yes. When I graded your construction assignment, that was the other part of it. There were a few of the things that I tried to make little notes on or whatever. But let's review how to do those, the constructions. How do you duplicate a line segment?
You like put the circle part, you put the middle part on one point and then you find where the point goes. I don't know if that makes sense. I think it was.
I love it. Yep. So here's my line segment. Oh my goodness. Let's try again. Let's go here and to here. Here's my line segment. How do I duplicate that?
So you put the little, that part on,
Mhm.
on that, and then you find what dot goes through it.
So this dot right here. So all I have to do is put a dot over here. And I'm gonna use this one. So I line up that dot and put a dot there. And you could just, I mean, you put a dot or whatever, an arc, and then connect your dots. And that is a duplicated line segment. So if this is a B, this would be like A prime, B prime. How do you duplicate an angle? This was one that a few of you on your homework, I couldn't really tell if you actually duplicated it or if you just drew two at the same angles. So let's go over that. So if we duplicate an angle, let me draw some angle here. Let's make it look like this.
So you
have to find a point.
made 2 points.
You make one point and find the same point up here.
Okay.
So if I made this point right here, I'll call this, well, let's call this A, B, C. And then this would be point D. How do I duplicate the point on this line?
You just
You
find it.
start on B, I think,
Mm-hmm,
and then you make your arc
mm-hmm.
for your new point ends.
So, yeah, it's that one. So. Just make them on the outside, sure. Let's make it even, there you go. So now these points are the same distance away, so now what do you do?
Now you like do the thing you do for line. Right?
So now I measure from this point to that point,
Yeah.
and. Yes, I do this. I have to think about it. Let me make sure I did the right one. So I did second one down on that side. Okay. And then I flip it and I go up here. I measure it. And I do this. And so, oh crap.
Yeah, that'd be a bisector.
Well, okay, so let's change it. Sorry. Let's bisect that angle. That's what I was doing in my head anyways. I was not actually trying to duplicate it. So there you go. That's how you bisect it. Sorry guys. That's how you bisect an angle. I've had a day today. And if there was a way to not be here, I would do that. But here we are. So that's the way you bisect that angle. Sorry.
Everything.
But then the duplicate would be like the same thing. You do what you did, which found the 2 lines.
You just don't do the, so
Yeah.
So to duplicate, let's duplicate this exact angle now that I already have it all done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my bottom ray, right? So I'm going to draw my bottom ray. I need to find a point up here to be able to connect this to draw the top ray. Agreed?
So first one.
The D again?
Yep.
Okay, so that was this point. Okay, so D here would be this one right here. That's D prime. This is B prime, right? And then
You go point.
You have to go.
Then you go to point D and do it.
so I can't just say, well, technically, first I need to draw like this. Okay, so D is going to be somewhere on here. I don't know if it's over here. I don't know if it's over here on D, whatever this is. Let's call it E. E is going to be on this arc somewhere, right? I need to find another line to connect to that arc, and the way I do that is I do it this way now, right? So. Sure, it'd be that one. So now it would be. I forgot it already. Let's try again. 2. So the second one here. Would be. This point right there. And so that is the duplicated angle, something similar to that. So that's bisecting and duplicate.
How do you bisect again, like the second point?
You center your protractor here, measure to here, and make your arc, and do it the opposite way. Center your protractor here, measure to here, and make your arc. And the only other one is a perpendicular bisector. You learn how to do a perpendicular bisector of a line segment. This is where if you have a line segment, if you wanted to find. I should do that smaller. Let's cut it off. I'm gonna say this is A, this is B. Who cares about that? Okay, so if I wanted to find the perpendicular to this line, I could pick any points on those lines, right? And it'll make a draw a perpendicular line somewhere. If I want a perpendicular bisector, what I do is I center my compass here, find the point there. So move my paper down, not my compass. Center there, find your point, and then draw your circle. Do it the other way now. Center. Find your point, not that one, that one. Do the same thing. And the dot above and the dot below would not only cut it in half, but also would make a 90-degree angle. So that's the midpoint. If you go from the 2 endpoints, it's the midpoint, and it's also a 90-degree angle all the way around. And that's all you need to do on constructions. I think on your homework, I made you like draw 45 degrees and 90 degrees. Don't worry about doing that. What?
I got it.
Center here.
You just went from that point
And
to that
measured.
point and then made it.
Yep. On both sides.
Okay, so back to the review.
Mhm.
14, I'm just asking how you'd set up. So it would be 4x minus 30 plus x equals 180, and then you solve for x.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then y would be, oh.
I'm not gonna-
15, 'cause that's
I'm not gonna give you system equations.
okay, thank God. All right, and then. Okay,
There was one, let me show you this one. On this quiz. No, I just wrote this backwards, don't worry about this. The one, a lot of people got these 2 wrong.
yeah.
Let's
Right,
think through why you got them wrong so that you don't make that mistake again. So I have 2 sets of parallel lines. This is a set of parallel lines. This is a set of parallel lines, right?
mhm,
And A is 38 because that's a linear pair,
mhm,
right? B is 38 because those are alternate interior angles,
mhm.
right? C is 142 because a couple different reasons. If this one's 38, aren't those supplementary? Because they are interior,
Mm, yeah,
what's the name for it?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought I should put it as 142, because it felt right.
I'll put it because I thought that those lines, are those lines parallel? Does it say that they are?
Which ones? What letters are on them?
You just pointed- I can't.
B, C, this one,
Uh-huh.
and
then- Yeah,
yep, those are parallel.
yeah, doesn't that mean that? Right below 142 is also 142,
Yep,
which means if those are parallel, does that not make? I think that's how I figured it. The C, that has to make C 142, right? Because the lines are parallel or no?
Yeah. This is like a parallelogram, which is an interesting, because it's like, these are parallel and that's parallel. So yes, and that is 142. You're right. You could also get it by saying, this is 142. These have to add to be 180. So that means this one has to be 38. These also have to add to be 180. So that means this has to be 142. And that also has to be 38. Not all parallel lines are like that. It's just because I have two sets of, it's a parallelogram, right? So E, why did people get a number? What number did you get if you didn't get 50?
I'm trying to look for my thing.
I don't,
know
I
didn't
got
get
one
it.
of those wrong, I think.
38.
I think
Yeah, 38 is what you got if you didn't get 50. So why would you get 38 for E?
I remember what I did.
I know what you did.
Well, let me find the,
If you got 38, I think it's because you thought this line was parallel to this line and thought those were consecutive angles. Not consecutive, corresponding angles is the words I was looking for. You see this line is not parallel to this line, so you can't use this angle at all to get it.
So how would you do that?
So how would you do it?
okay. Can I?
Yeah, tell me.
Wouldn't you just extend those two lines?
These two?
Yes. No. Wait, give me a second. What? Change your mind.
One way to do it is, this is a parallelogram, or this is a quadrilateral, not a parallelogram. This is a quadrilateral. What do my 4 angles need to add to be for a quadrilateral? 360.
Oh,
This one is 38, because those are a linear pair. This one's 142. So you could do 360 minus 130 minus 142 minus 138 to get that. What else could you do? It's not the only answer there.
well, see, I thought that if you extend the parallel lines, aren't those angles supplementary, E and 130?
Yes. These are parallel lines, so these are supplementary. So that's another way you could get 50. Just have to add to be 180.
You can find out what F is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the way I went. I think I found what F was.
How do we find
Which
what F
also
is?
tells you the other angle, and then you just subtract it from 180.
How do you find what F is? This has to be 38 right here. Because it's linear pair. I don't know what that one is though.
I got it wrong. I mean, I don't remember how I got it wrong. I think I just kind of gave up.
I wish I had, I don't have it with me now.
I had it today. I just can't find it. Like, I was looking at it.
I think that if you put 38 here, it's because you thought that these were corresponding angles, maybe.
I think that's what I did.
If
Yeah,
that was
that's what I
38,
did
then that's
too.
38.
No,
So I
that's
did
right.
38 marks and I did 38 for E.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I also got F wrong though, so.
I think the way you get F is from E. I think you have to get E first to get F. And if E's wrong, then F's gonna be wrong also.
You maybe, yeah. I wanted to say that I missed F. I know I missed one of them, but you can't miss F if you know E.
What?
Okay, so you know we had to turn in our topic we were choosing on the 28th? I forgot. Did y'all forget?
Some people turned it in, some people didn't.
Okay. Is that like?
I mean, yeah, I can write it down. It's just, you
I
can't
don't
take,
even know.
Oh.
I mean, like, I completely forgot about it. I have it right here. Who did choose? Like, what's taken?
what's taken. I'll answer that. There you go. Let me find it.
I thought I could do it pretty quick. I think I ended up.
I'm looking around.
I did too.
And then that day I wasn't here. That day was weird.
Dice, fractals, nets, and attribute blocks have been taken.
Pentaminios.
Pentominoes, those are fun.
Autos.
It's like dominoes, but they have.
I'm trying to. My dad's a math teacher. I was trying to see which ones he had so I could like bring them.
I do have some here.
Yeah.
Tessellations is a really fun one.
These are attribute blocks have been used.
Yep. I have tangrams here and I have pentominoes here.
We decide, I like, I really decided what I do.
I'm here somewhere. Oh, they're right. Right. These are components. It's 5. The different ways you can put 5 squares together. And there's like all the different things you can do with them.
Got any money by the end of the day?
Sure, that's fine.
No. It's gonna harm.
Okay, back to the review. That was, I just want to make sure that we're good with that, because like, I think half of y'all missed that one. Let's see. Same thing, I think we're good with that by this point. Naming all the different types of angles on parallel lines. What about the triangle stuff? The congruencies? What do you think about those?
Yeah, I'm confused. The only ones I'd have to sit on from the end, but I think that would be like 23, just because it's
Mhm.
got a lot going on in there, but.
You're not gonna ask about like on number 13, it says it's line segment.
No.
WSD. You're not gonna ask it like that.
Nope, this is a triangle.
Right.
Congruent. It feels like you should be able to do that one, right?
Yeah.
13,
Yeah, it does, but,
because it's a side here and then a side, and then we know that the angles are congruent.
no.
That's angle, side, side. I said, no.
Would it not be?
You can't do angle, side, side, because it's spelled ass.
I was thinking side, side, side though,
You don't know the third side.
but they share that one. Oh, I guess technically it's not split down.
We don't know that.
Do we even know those,
The angles,
we don't even know if they're equal, do we?
since it's isosceles triangle. If the sides are angled, then the bases, base angles are equal.
Well, if we know it's isosceles, then we know that the two top. No, we don't, never mind. Gotcha.
Because it's like that line technically could be a little bit slanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you can't do angle.
I guess 20 is kind of confusing. But at the same time, like I look at it, I'm like, well, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, it's side, side, side.
EI would be. Okay, yeah, EI, since the side EI is congruent to what?
KV, because EI is EV, the one with the
Okay.
2 plus this chunk in the middle. So the one with the 2 over here plus the chunk in the middle would be KV.
On the next page. Are you gonna ask us what's wrong with the picture, or is it more of just?
Probably. I mean, I kind of did that here, right? This one on the test, or on the quiz.
Okay. I got you, yeah, 'cause it's not really actually approved.
No,
It's
this is
called
like,
development proof, but it's not actually.
yeah, it's like thinking through, how would you prove this true or not true?
For the proofs, how picky are you gonna be about?
They're
What we say?
not picky. I mean, not picky to an extent. Like. How about at the end of class, you can work on these proofs and I can come around and look and see what you did so far and tell you if you're doing it right or wrong.
Oh, which
Is
one?
that good? On any of them. I'll let you like, when we're done with review, we'll just work on this for this class and I'll come around and help and whatever. 7, 8, 9. With quadrilaterals. You're not proving anything with quadrilaterals on this test, you're just doing problems with quadrilateral. You know, the difference between the quadrilaterals, like the difference between a rhombus and square and a rectangle and all that. Really fast, going back to this though, like this isosceles triangle, the base angles are congruent. What's the definition of an isosceles triangle?
Two, equal sides.
Two equal sides, yeah. The base angles is like a proof that you come
Yeah.
from that, okay? So just know that an isosceles triangle, the actual definition is just two congruent sides and that's it.
It doesn't say anything about angles.
Nope, it's not the definition. We know that the base angles are congruent because of, you can prove it, and we're going to prove it after this test, but. So you can use the idea to like do problems, but if you're writing the definition, two congruent sides, that's all there is. I put this one in there. Oh. It's similar to the one we did on the quiz, but a little bit different. You want to practice another flowchart proof. You should also have this 5.1 through 5.3. It looks like it's currently being graded. Some of them have already been graded. She's supposed to be having it done by the end of the day today. And then the GeoGebra, that's not going to affect anything on your test. Like, but I will try to get the quiz graded before your test so that you can see that. But we already went over the answers on that.
Did we have anything to do tonight?
Proof through on Sunday at midnight.
It just feels wrong. You don't make them do in the other class either. It's like.
Well, I knew the proofs were going to take a long time, so.
What was the issue, the one we were running into when we were trying to decide when the proof should be done or something?
If they were due on Tuesday night, you were gonna be spending Monday, not studying for your tests, instead doing the proofs. So that's why I made it do on Sunday night.
I'd rather have more time on the proofs. I think I'm all around.
Well, one of these is on your test, so I want these all done. For real, yeah.
Same. Which one?
I had no idea, so I already know.
I don't think you tell us that for a while.
Okay, so, for your test, you just need, if you were here in class, you just need a pencil. That's all you need. Deidre, you're going to the Mesquite campus for your test?
Yes.
Okay, and Samantha and Brittany, for your test, you need a protractor. Nope, not a protractor. A compass, that's what I meant to say. Here's what you need, a compass. You can also have a ruler if you want it, but this is like enough of a straight edge. I don't think you'll even need a ruler. So really all I want you to have is a compass and a calculator if you want it, and something to write with. Do y'all have a compass that you can use there?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody has their own compass?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I just want to verify because like it's gonna be really hard to do it without a compass. So you just need a compass, you need something to write with in your calculator if you want it, and then I will send the test over and they'll have it printed out ready to go for you whenever you get there on Tuesday. And we will turn on the cameras and all that stuff like we have done for the quizzes in the past.
Yay.
Do you have any questions about the test at all?
I don't think I do on the test. Can you make it easy?
I'll do my best.
Okay.
Do you have questions on the proofs?
I kind of do.
Kind of.
Well, for me, it's because my computer updated and I lost all my stuff. And I had to throw a note on the PDF document of what was supposed to be highlighted. And I forgot, like what you're showing right now, I forgot why you highlighted them.
So all of these that are highlighted use this corresponding angles postulate. You have to use that in there.
Okay.
You wanna do one more together? One more proof altogether?
Yes.
Pick one.
The one of the hard one.
Do you want, okay, I have a question. So look, 2, 4, and 6 are very similar. 3, 5, and 7 are very similar. It's a Converse one, and we haven't really done Converse stuff before. Do you want to pick one of the Converse ones to do?
Yeah.
3, 5, 7?
This is 3.
Okay, are y'all good with 3 or have y'all already done 3?
4 or 5, I literally don't.
I've done 3.
You've done 3, so you want to pick a 5 or a 7, or do you want to do a 3 to make sure you did it right? I don't care, you pick.
We can do, I don't care. We can
I
do.
want you to look at my 3, but do something else too.
Okay, that's fine, that's fair.
Alright.
Okay, so you want 5 or 7?
7.
7. Everybody good with doing number 7?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do number 7. Okay, so let me get out what I wrote last time on number 7, the setting it up part. Did I write it? I did. So this is how we're setting up number 7. Given line L and M cut by transversal P, we're trying to show that 3 and 5 are supplementary. Oh, no, we're told 3 and 5 are supplementary. We're trying to show that L is parallel to M. Okay, so that's how we're setting it up. So let me write down on the new sheet of paper. So I have these 2 parallel lines. They're called L, M, and P. And I have all these angles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. And I'm not going to rewrite the statement. I wrote that a minute. This is my statements. And this is my reasons. Okay, so my first statement is that I'm given line L and M are cut by transversal P. And I'm told that angle 3 and angle 5 are supplementary. And that is my given. Okay, so kind of going through my thought process here. I am trying to show that L is parallel to M. The only way I have to show that L is parallel to M is the corresponding angles postulate. Okay, and just a reminder that corresponding angles postulate is if 2 lines are cut by a transversal forming congruent corresponding angles, then the lines are parallel. Okay, so the idea is I'm trying to show parallel lines, right? The way I can show parallel lines is by showing corresponding angles are congruent. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because that's what this says. If 2 lines are cut by a transversal forming congruent corresponding angles, then the lines are parallel. So I can say they're parallel if I can show corresponding angles are congruent. I'm working with 3 and 5 right now. That's what they told me, right? They told me 3 plus 5 equals 180 degrees. That's what I have. So my goal is to get to corresponding angles being congruent. So let's pick some corresponding angles with either 3 or 5 in them. Which ones do you want to pick?
So like 3 and 7.
Yeah, it'd have to be 3 and 7, or it'd have to be 1 and 5. It doesn't matter either way. It'll be the same proof, just with different numbers in them. So if you want to do 3 and 7. So basically I need to show angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. If I show that, then I can say, then they're parallel, check, I'm done. So if I know 3 and 5 are 180, how can I get to 3 equals 7?
Then you can start with like,
Could you do alternate interior angles to 6, and then 6 equals 7.
Interesting. Yes, that's not how I would have done it.
Wait, what are you doing? What you?
Oh, wait, here's the,
You can't go artillery with R2. I can't follow, never mind.
alternate interior. You could actually, oh, no, you can't. I'm
You
sorry.
can only do it.
Because we're backwards. We don't know it's parallel right now.
But can you?
But I do like that thought process for the other version of this, like the backwards version where we know they're parallel. That's interesting. I would not have thought about it that way. Okay, so I don't know they're parallel.
No, you can say
You
like
say
5,
5 and 7 equal 180,
5 plus 7 equals 180.
and then substitute.
And then substitute 3 plus 5 equals 5 plus 7. This isn't perfect. We're about to write it perfect. Subtract the 5 off from both sides
Yeah.
and get 3 equals 7. And then I'm here. And then I'm here. And then I'm here. So that's kind of the thought process here is start off with what we know. These equal 180. I also know 5 and 7 are 180. I can do substitution to now show that these two are equal and then use that corresponding angles postulate. Okay, so let's write it down.
So would you start by saying the measure of
Uh-huh.
angle 3 plus the measure of angle 5 equals 180?
So the first thing we're gonna say is measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 5 equals 180 degrees. How do I know that?
Definition of supplementary.
Definition of supplementary.
How do you know if it's definition or if it's CPCT? What
The CPCTC, you have to show triangles are congruent first before you can use that.
Okay,
So if above it, we said triangles are congruent, that's probably when you're gonna use CPCTC.
So we say the next step was to do 5 and 7.
5 and 7 equal 180. Okay, so I'm gonna say measure of angle 5 plus measure of angle 7 equals 180 degrees. And that is by
Definition.
of what?
Linear pairs.
Yeah, they're just a linear
Yeah,
pair.
they're, okay. Oh, okay, so you just say linear pair, you don't say definition of linear pair, you just
Yeah.
say linear pair. Oh, what you got. And then,
Say the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 5 equals the measure of angle 5 plus the measure of angle 7.
Mm-hmm,
And that is the is that
mm-hmm,
substitution property?
mm-hmm. That's substitution property. And then now I can get rid of the 5s and say measure of angle 3 equals measure of angle 7. How do I say that? Or why do I say that?
subtraction.
Uh-huh. That's a, yeah. Subtraction, property of equality. I subtracted it from both sides. And now I want to show they're congruent because I'm in measure still. I'm gonna switch over to congruency. So angle 3 is congruent to, that's a terrible congruent sign. Angle 7. And how do I switch over?
Congruence. Or is it definition of congruence or the congruence property?
Definition of congruence. Okay, one thing we have to do real fast before saying they're parallel is this thing that we're using says if 2 lines are cut by a transversal, have I written that? 2 lines cut by a transversal? Yep. And congruent corresponding angles. I've shown congruent. Have I said anything about corresponding angles?
No, so you should say.
I just need to say that they're corresponding. So I'm going to say angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding angles. And why can I say that? Cause that's,
Yeah.
yeah, that's literally what they are. That's the definition. And now you can say L is parallel to M because of corresponding angles postulate.
And that's basically what you have on all of the Converse ones that you're gonna end with.
The only thing that'll look different with the other ones is these middle steps are gonna look
Yeah.
different. Based on what you're given and what you're trying to get to. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Okay, so I can come around and help with anything you need help with. Those of y'all online, is there any questions you have about anything? Any proofs? Anything you want me to look at? You can email me a picture and I can look at it, or you can hold it up to the camera and I can look at it.
Like I said, if I had a question, would you be able to like Zoom and do a question? If it was
Yes.
possible? Okay,
It'll just need to be tomorrow.
okay,
Cause I'm camping this weekend, so I'm not even gonna be able to Zoom on Saturday or Sunday.
If you go camping.
okay.
The birthday part.
Oh, nice.
But I can do it tomorrow. I'll be here at, I teach class at 9, from 9 to 11. So ideally, I'd like to do it right after 11. What do you think? Are you available to do it then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why don't you email me in the morning sometime if you do have questions, and we will set it up for after 11 if you want to Zoom.
Okay.
Can you go back in real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So can I choose substitution next? Now that I've done that on number 2.
Say 3 is congruent to 2. So you can either do substitution or that's technically transfer property also. If A is congruent to B, B is congruent to C, so either one.
Anyone?
Yeah.
You don't know?
Deidre, did you have any questions on proofs at all, or want me to look at anything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Well, so why don't we sit here? I know it's kind of weird. I know y'all not being in class because I'm sitting walking around looking at their stuff. Why don't you sit and work on it for a little bit? And if in the next 15 or 20 minutes a question comes up, then I can help you with
And
it.
also that'll just be the last step, correct? Because that's all you need to prove.
Okay. I mean, it's like super simple.
Yeah.
Will you check mine too?
Really, the converses are gonna be the hard.
Okay, so the way you got from this is not. Yes. That's what we're trying to prove, like that's what we're trying to get out of it. So the reason of this is because you said this is congruent to 2, 2 is congruent to that, so I did substitution to get from here to here.
Okay, so I
So
need
that would be
that.
substitution.
Would that be all I need or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I show you a picture of my number 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to put it up to the camera or do you want to email it?
Either one, I can try to put it on the camera.
Okay, let me
Okay,
stop sharing my
sure.
screen.
I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. There you go. The arrow. Uh-huh. Okay. Say it's not going. Oh, it turned the camera on.